headed out. We got some big, big fog today. 27 or 22 mile run. It is currently 9:46.
If we can't get some nice hogfish or something like that, maybe some snapper.
There we go. Just got to the first spot. Turtle just going down right there. But we're in about 75 feet of water. Really calm out today.
Not many boats. We're gonna see if we can't get it done.
Get some fish in the boat. All right, catch you in the water.
This is the first spot. We're diving a barge and you can see all the fish in the water column. Hopefully find some pelagics today. If not, it'll be what it'll be, but it's dead calm out here. All right, we'll see you in the water. So we just hopped in the water and we're looking at the school AJs. We knew they weren't legal, but we were getting some nice footage of them. We're just breathing up on the surface, getting ready to take our first dives. We're just checking out the area, looking for other pelagics, hoping to see some sharks roll through, maybe with cobia and stuff like that. But we didn't end up seeing anything like that, nothing too crazy. But yeah, we're just taking our time on the surface, catching our breath.
So this is my perspective of that school of AJs that just kind of rushed us right as we jumped into the water on the first spot that day. It was really tempting having them swimming around us like that. Like, you wouldn't even have taken a dive to take one of these fish home if they were in season. As you can see here, it's just easy shot any day. You could have taken it if they were in season. Super tempting, but you know, that's why we have these protections to keep these fish as abundant as they are. So it's not a big deal. Hopefully whenever they're in season, these fish will still be active like this and we can go out and take some.
So this is my first dive on this spot. There's a ton of bait. It all looks good. We were hoping to see some snapper, maybe some big pelagics, but it didn't really turn into too much other than a bunch of AJs and nothing really else. They were just spooking everything off, I guess. But we didn't really see anything here, so we decided, hey, might as well pack up and go to a different spot. First spot ended up being pretty garbage. We're on our way to the second spot right now. Like 19 miles out. Still got 40 minutes to go. But still a nice day out. A ton of boats pulled up and we're hoping to get some good fish. So see you there.
Just switched spots. First spot was pretty bad. There's lots of amberjack around, but nothing in particular that we wanted. New spot, lots of boats all over the place, and we got a storm. Storm in the back, coming in hot.
Time to shoot some fish.
Yep, we're in 65 feet of water. Temperature's 65 degrees.
Big rocks. Hoping to find some big fish.
Let's go.
So we just got to the second spot, and as you'll see, middle of the screen right there, there's a big old gag swimming off. And we only saw him a couple times through the day, but he was real big. And as you see, I'm taking my time going up under this rock because I saw a snapper go up under there. And mind you, I just switched my shafts, so my other shaft wasn't shooting straight, and I just totally missed that fish because it shot straight. And in the middle, you'll see that hogfish that I'm looking at, and you'll hear me when I get to the surface. I tell Colin to go down. There's a big old hogfish, but later we happened to get him, but I couldn't seal the deal because I already shot. So, Colin, go straight down. There's a massive hog. I missed the snapper. Go straight down. I got 22. 21, 22.
This isn't actually the dive right after what you just saw. This is a few dives later. I end up going down. This is still in the same area. You know, I like to take my time getting down to the bottom, just prevent spooking anything, and it really gives you gives you an ideal pan of the whole scenario when you're going down, so you can see everything and get a scope of what's down there. I hit the bottom and I see some fish, you know, congregating around these rocks down there. So I go to lay down on them and really, you know, take a peek, see what's under there. As I'm landing on this rock, I see a black tuck under there, which is fairly rare on this coast. You don't see too many black grouper, especially this near inshore. He was undersized, so I didn't shoot him. Obviously, didn't want to. And as I was getting ready to come back up, I see out of the corner of my eye, nice size hogfish. Moved in real slow after him and was able to take a clean shot and put him to sleep instantly. I actually went to go grab this fish, and the shark really scared the crap out of me because I wasn't expecting him, and I wasn't really 100% sure on how big he was, and I kind of freaked out a little bit. You'll see that on the surface.
Oh God. Oh, I panicked.
You good?
No, I shot him and I went to grab him, and as I went to grab him, a shark was racing me to him. I didn't have my gun in my hand. Oh shit. Stoned him. Stoned the out of him.
That's the one I saw. That thing's freaking 22, 23.
Oh God. Woo. I panicked pretty bad there. Oh, I was glad you were at the surface, because I panicked and like I spazzed out to try and get off the bottom instead of being relaxed.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Shit.
So this is a couple dives after Colin just shot that big old hogfish, and on my way down I spot a nice snapper, but I didn't think he was too big, and I was like, I'm gonna look for something else because Colin just shot a big old hogfish and I wasn't sure if it was the one, but I thought it was. And as you'll see, I grunt to him and he kind of comes in, and I should have just taken that shot right there, but I waited too long and I wasn't decisive enough. So I was looking around, I was like, is there any other fish? Because I didn't feel like chasing him, but I didn't really have another option here. And as you'll see, that's a terrible shot to take, and it's super low percentage, but I took it anyways, and I ended up hitting him, and I did land this fish, but that's not a shot I would ever recommend for anyone to take because it's not a super high percentage shot.
I got a big bag.
You see a shark? You see a shark? Maybe. Alright, I'm gonna take him back to the boat. It's like 21-ish. Pretty big. Not too bad. Some sharks in the area. Alright, we just took a nice lunch break. Wanted to get some food in us. That's that hogfish. And a big old mangrove. We're gonna see if we can't get some more good fish. It's, the clock's off, but it's 2 o'clock, and we're gonna head in soon, around 3:30, and call it a day. The weather's kind of getting a little worse, but tomorrow it's supposed to be better. So that is a really big call. Nice job. Alrighty, so I'm going down just after taking lunch, and I should have just gone all the way down to the bottom, but I didn't. We're in the deeper spot, so it's like 65, almost 70 feet here, and typically in the last couple videos you'll see that I'm going all the way down, laying on the bottom, being calm, taking my time, but this video, since the last video, we haven't gone diving in like 8 weeks because I ended up getting in a motorcycle accident, so we haven't been in a while, so we weren't really like tuned in to how we normally dive. So as you'll see, I'm up in the water column like I shouldn't be. I should be down on the bottom, and when you're up in the water column you end up getting bad shots, like as you'll see. I see another big old mangrove, but it just doesn't pan out because I wasn't taking my time and I wasn't laying on the bottom. I was chasing this fish, and you'll get worse shots like this. I took the shot, but I nicked him, but it wasn't a holding shot, so it wasn't worth it. I missed a big snapper. There's a massive rock. A giant rock with a ton of big snapper on it. It's like a 30 by 30 rock, bro.
So this is me taking a dive on a little bit of a deeper spot, same area but a deeper spot. As I'm coming down, I see a big snapper swimming away from me, and they like to swim sideways in a funny way to kind of hide from us, and I'm grunting and kind of moving my fingers in a little bit to try and call him in, and right here I get down close to this rock and start scratching and grunting, and he actually turns around, gives me a great opportunity to shoot him. Wasn't the best shot, but it held, and I actually got him to the surface and could land him. I believe he ended up being a 21.5-inch snapper, which is a really solid snapper, and I got nothing to complain about there.
He's decent. Bro, the video is sick. I called him in. I saw him swimming away. He's swimming away on his side. And I sat down right behind a rock and covered my entire body besides my head and my gun. I scratched the rock and was grunting, and he turned around. I think if I'm oriented right, facing the boat, the rock is sitting like a square this way, so like a diamond towards the boat, right? Makes sense? It's a square, and instead of sitting square to the boat, it's sitting like this to the boat. This side is what they tucked under, so the back right.
So I'm going down. Colin just explained exactly where these fish were. I saw the rock earlier in the video, and I knew that there was fish, big snapper going up under there, and there's a good bit of snapper swimming around the outside of this rock, but I didn't really see anything that was too big, so I decided I'm going to check up under this side, see if I can't find a big one. And right there you can see the red blob, and take the shot. And typically if you pull hard enough, you can get your shaft out with the fish, and that fish was completely stoned. Good shot, and not a bad fish. There's a ton of them under there. freaking 20 of them. They're all about this size or bigger. There's a couple of bigger ones, but I couldn't see them. So this ended up being my last dive of the day. I'm going down. Colin had a bad headache, so he couldn't really dive too much anymore. And you see that shark in the middle of the screen as I'm headed down. So I'm being cautious, but I still didn't go all the way down to the bottom. And that just gave me a bad shot on these fish. Take the shot. I nicked him. You'll see the shaft move, but I just should have gone down to the bottom and took my time. But that was the moral of the day. Should have gone slower. Should have taken better shots, but it is what it is. Ended up with 4 nice fish. Can't complain about that. Alright, we got 25 miles back. Pretty successful day. Got some nice snapper, a real big hogfish, 3 snapper, so not too bad. I'm gonna go cut them up and do it tomorrow. Fog's still around, still pretty glassy out. There's a little bit of wind waves, but overall a good day. Ciao.